Hey, Joanne, your favorite breath coach here. How the heck are you? I had an interesting email. Sorry, I forgot to move the mic. An interesting email going back to how to know what your vibration is sitting at. And also then proceeded to ask why I was such a positive person. And I'm like, okay, so let's cover the positivity thing. And by the way, don't forget to stay tuned to the end for this week's challenge. And if you found any value, if you find any value in this, please, share with your friends, family, whatever, and like, subscribe to the channel. It does help the algorithms, all that fun stuff. Just being honest. So the question is how to, well, we'll get to the vibration thing, but the question was, why do I appear to be so positive? I am generally a positive person. But I look back on some of my videos and I went like, I was having a day. And I mean, I could see it, but the reason I could see it is because I also know myself. This hasn't been an overnight process. I can honestly say I was better in tune with myself before I got into the workforce than I was after. And the last few years have been a combination of finding myself from that part of me that I thoroughly treasured when I was so much younger, and the growing stuff that's been going on now, which is actually cool in a lot of ways, but also a pain in the butt. Just saying, being honest, uncomfortable as not sometimes, but there it is. So, am I? Yes, I am a positive person. Do I appear that way all the time? If I do, I apologize. Trust me, not. As a matter of fact, I had a little moment of this morning when I tried to explain something to the tech guy, and I could feel it happening. And I'm like, wow, that was like really weird. But the difference is this time, it didn't stick with me for hours and hours and days and days. It was just like, oh, there you happened. I noticed it. I had a conversation with it. Yes, I really did. And I'm like, oh, okay, you don't need to be here. Have a nice day. And carry on with my work. It really is that easy, but it does take some getting used to. I'm just being honest. Gotta like that one. Okay. So the other part of knowing how your vibration is what are you listening to and how are you reacting to it? Now, what the hell does that mean? Well, simply, if you are listening to some music that you really enjoy and all of a sudden it starts to irritate you, you're not exactly in the higher realms of vibration, as they call them. If you're listening to one of your favorite speakers who usually motivates you and makes you feel good, and you're like, woo, I can conquer the world, I can do everything. And all of a sudden today, they're like, you're calling them names, they're sounding ridiculously stupid, and, just shit's bugging you. You're not exactly in the highest of vibrations. And I'm using the term as broad, as all the gurus and self-help people are calling it. So basically, you're here and your dancing mode is up here. And it's a level of vibration. It is what it is. If you're listening to anything I say, if you're listening to the same people I am, everything is vibration. And actually, science has already proven that. So everything is vibration, and like matches like. But at the same time, things repel each other as well. You get that feeling, and that's when you should start paying attention to your intuition, which, by the way, is a whole different conversation. So for now, and that's a really quick way of noticing how you're feeling, what level you're sitting at today. And you know what? Remember, it changes day to day because you're in this physical body, some would call a meat sack, which I find is kind of, I don't really like that, but that's just my opinion. And then there's, you have an ego. You're a person. This is why you're here. You're here to experience. So experience. Notice it as if it were like a movie passing by and see how that goes. But you're allowed to have these emotions, and you're allowed to have moments, and you're allowed to have doubt. and you're allowed to have joy, and you're allowed to experience new things. You're allowed to get excited. And coincidentally enough, don't remember where the study is. I'd have to go look for it. But apparently, fear and excitement are really close on the vibrational scale. So it is the thought process that goes with it. So if you think you're feeling fear, ask yourself, is it fear or is it excitement? Woo! Right? Think about that. All right, cool. So that's a simple thing. If something that you normally really super well like enjoy, thrill over, Google over, whatever. Like with me, it's the cat, right? Cat purring on my lap is just like the most, yeah, it's the most relaxing, wonderful thing like ever. So whatever that is for you, and if you find on any given day that does irritate you, then something's a little askew. And that's all you need to pay attention to. Whoo, that's your challenge for this week. Just notice when something that you normally enjoy, even if it's like a little piece of chocolate, a couple of handfuls of walnuts, an apple, a pizza, something that you normally enjoy is now irritating the snot out of you, then maybe, just maybe, you have to figure out what the thought pattern is that got you into that state. And then, but also pay attention to your body, because the two are, they do work in a conjunction with each other. They do it rather well. And it is our thoughts that tend to disrupt things just a little bit here and there. I know it's a thought pattern to get used to, but you can do it. Anyway, really short. Notice that for 1 week. Write it down. Seriously, it's easier when you write it down, because then you can actually notice, pay attention, become more aware. And then once you start becoming more aware, all kinds of stuff starts happening, and some of it's a little in your face, and some of it's like, whoa, super cool. And remember, these thoughts are yours. We can't control all of them, but we can become aware of them and how we are reacting to them. You are the real boss. No pressure. Have a beautiful, magical day. Please be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, pardon me, that you are the most important project you will ever have the privilege of working on. And if you want to help others, it's easier to fill your own cup first. Then you got more to pour. Okay. Bye for now. You.